Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday to you. I hope you are having a really great week so far. I hope you had a nice Memorial Day with your family. Our sales were pretty decent over the weekend. So today is going to be a what sold video. This is going to be more of the bread and butter, those things that are out there that you can find low dollar, flip them for a good profit. I will tell you where I got them, what I paid, how long they took to sell, and my estimated profit. So if you are new to reselling or you're trying to expand what you're reselling, or you just want to learn some new stuff, I hope this video helps you. So I'm going to give you a sampling of what we sold over the last week on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. All right, so I always start by showing you my sales chart. Today is a slower day. We are at $180.93, but you can see this Memorial Day weekend was great for us. We did almost 700 yesterday, 516 on Sunday, and 499 on Saturday. So we met our goal all 3 days of the weekend. We're low today. Hopefully that will continue to go up as this day progresses. We are at 2,600 for the last week. Just shy of 10,000 for the last month, 30,000 for our 90 days. We are down 23%. So we had all of these lower days here at the beginning of the month. We have been doing much better the last 2 weeks. So hopefully that will continue. And I'm going to show you a sampling of what we sold this past week to make up that $2,600 now. First up is this Laura Ashley bed skirt. This was a very, very fast sale. If you do not know the name Laura Ashley, you definitely want to know it, because I have sold a shower curtain of hers for over $100. Definitely something to watch out for. And this bed skirt I got for only $2 at the thrift store, and it sold in just a couple of weeks for $24.99 full price. So it is very close to a $20 profit. Here you can see it even had a couple of spots on it, but beautiful, beautiful lace. Here is that Laura Ashley tag that you definitely want to keep an eye out for. It was combed cotton and polyester, and beautiful, beautiful piece, full size. So check the bed skirts and watch for name brands. Laura Ashley, Ralph Lauren's another one. I've done well with Pier 1 bedding, Calvin Klein. Those are just a few names to keep an eye out for. Next is kind of the opposite. This one took a year to sell. This is a set of 2 Crossgill Home tropical print pillow shams. These were listed exactly right at that year point. And they're not big, though. They don't take up a lot of space. And with that vintage linen, it does sometimes take a little bit longer to sell. And this pair sold for $20. Picked them up for $1 each, so $2. So this is about a $14 profit. Again, they did take a long time. So Crossgill is a pretty good name. Some of it will sell fast. This pattern was not as desirable. Here you can see it's 100% polyester. Really, really pretty tropical print on these. I did have to offer that 50% off, though, in order to get them sold. Next up is a Ann Taylor embroidered sleeve. This is a shift dress. This one was listed back in September, so right at about 9 months, right at about 9 months to sell. It did sell for a best offer I sent out of $29.24. And here you can see that tag. I did pick this up at the thrift store for $5. So this one, after the fees, is going to be about a $20 profit, and it did take the 10 months to sell. Next up is another one that took over a year to sell, and another one that sold for under 50%. So this one sold for $20.45. I had it a year. Swarovski for me either sells really fast or it takes forever. There's kind of no in between point. But this one I got in a lot. I only paid $5, so it's about a $14 profit. I am okay with that. When I get Swarovski lots, I end up with some that are really popular that sell fast, that cover my costs. And then I end up with other ones like this that are not as desirable, that sit here a long time. So I was happy to send that discount out and get this one gone. Next up was a fast sale and a full price sale. This is a vintage Noy Mez golf leather colored glass bottle decanter made in Italy. Found this at the thrift store. I just thought this was a super cool piece, and I only paid $3 for it. So it's about a $17 to $18 profit, but it sold in under a month. So just a super cool piece that I could not pass up. Next up is something I really would like you guys to look at, and that is that when we get to the end of the lots, if there's a lot of stuff that is not branded, maybe worth $5 to $10 each, I'll lot it up like this. So I lotted all this up, offered it for $40. It did sell at full price, and it didn't take very long. It took 6 months. I don't consider that very long. And somebody got a good deal on these. You can see a bunch of different little vintage ornaments, super cute, rustic kind of cabin theme. So we do try and keep them, you know, with the same kind of genre or theme between them. And they were all in excellent condition. Again, just none of these individually were worth a whole bunch. So somebody got either a really good lot for resale or to decorate with. 6 month sale, and I was less than $5 in. So this one's actually about a $30 profit. Next up is a really cool piece that took over a year to sell. So I have done well with Lee Sands in the past, but this set took over a year. It did sell for full price at the $35.74. This is a Lee Sands Palace Shell set. It was really cool. Necklace, earrings. I had the original brochure. It was in the original box as well. So this one I was about $5 in an online auction lot, but again, took a year. So it is a $25 profit, but beautiful piece. This is one I would have thought would sell faster, but a lot of times with these pieces, like I can look up Lee Sands jewelry, but if I don't find the exact piece, it's kind of hard to know exactly how long something will take to sell. Next up was kind of a mid-length to sell. This is a set of 2 Real Legends fishing shirts. These are size XL. I got them for $1 each, so $2. I lotted them together. I accepted a best offer of $25. I was only 2 in, so about an $18 profit. I actually got these for myself. I thought I would like them, and I didn't like how they fit, so I threw them up, sold them for $25. They took 6 months. Well, no, actually only about 5 months, so not too bad on these and a pretty good profit. Next up is some Brighton earrings. Definitely keep an eye out for Brighton jewelry. This pair of earrings sold in 6 months. They sold for a best offer I sent out of $22.74. I'm about $5 into these, so about a $13 to $14 profit, which is not bad on a pair of costume earrings. So these came from Shannon. She had quite a bit of Brighton jewelry. A lot of the higher dollar pieces sold fast, but some of these kind of mid price range are taking a little bit longer. Up next is another long tail sale. This one also took over a year, but it did sell at full price. This is a really cute, I put retro kitsch, clock, birdhouse, half apron, cottage, granny, and country core. I got all the keywords in there, and I only paid $1 for this. So after the fees, it's about a $15 profit. Really, really cute apron. And again, with these vintage linens and a lot of the vintage pieces, it's very hard to get an accurate sell-through rate. So it's hard to know if it's something that's going to sell really fast or like this one take a year. But for me, when I buy them for $1, I have quite a bit of storage space, so I'm okay waiting for that sale. Up next is a pair of Billabong women's shorts. I think these were my daughter's. She will go through her closet occasionally, bring stuff out for us to list. So I really have nothing into these. They sold for $17. So after the fees, about a $14 profit. I do figure about 20% for my fees on average, just to give you guys an idea. These are really cute, beachy summer shorts. So stuff like this is starting to sell. These were listed though for about 6 months, and that's not too bad. And with shorts, they really don't take up a lot of space. All right, this thing wins the prize for the longest to sell. This took 3 years, and I think it's a gorgeous drip glaze piece, but that doesn't matter what I think if nobody wants to buy it. So I accepted a best offer of $30, got this originally in an online auction lot, only a couple dollars in. So it's actually like a $22, $23 profit, but it took 3 years. So it's important to remember, even if you think something looks cool, that doesn't necessarily mean that it will sell. And this was Bombay company. It was Bombay, and a lot of Bombay pieces do well, but apparently this one did not. Up next are some Crocs. I showed you some last week. This is another pair. I got like 8 pairs of these at the Junk in the Trunk, which is actually like a big outdoor flea market yard sale type thing. Paid $4 each. These sold for full price in just a couple of weeks. So if you see Crocs that aren't your typical Crocs, pick them up. I do well with typical Crocs as well. So full price sale, and that makes them about a $12 to $13 profit, but very, very fast. Super easy to ship these. They are not going to break. They were in excellent condition. They actually had these shoes at $5 each, and I asked them if I bought them all, could I get them for $4 a pair? They agreed, and I have already, this is the 3rd or 4th pair that has already sold in under a week. Next up is another fast sale. I love the fast sales. I love any sales, right? Who doesn't like making money? So this is a full price sale. It sold very fast. Beautiful hand painted wooden jewelry box, and sold for the $39.99. I got this in a online estate lot. I'm about $5 in, making this one about a $26 to $27 profit. It's a beautiful piece. It did have some wear on it, as you can see, but that's kind of to be expected with these older pieces. And this is like a true vintage piece, would be beautiful in somebody's room with that distressed look. And yeah, great sale on this one, and very, very fast. Up next is another one that took 2 years to sell, but that is okay. I love this stuff. This is another one. When you find these antique portraits, there's no way to know if it's going to go really fast or take forever. So I put it on sale 40% off. I got an offer of 40. I said, you know what? I've had it 2 years. I'm going to take it. And here you can see the back of this one. It was 12 by 10 approximately. Really, really neat piece. I love the frame. And this one I got in a closet lot, so I actually only paid $1. So even with the heavy discount, I am still making about a $30 profit. Up next is another fast sale, and this is another of my dollar buys. This one sold in a month and a half. This is a Joe Marlin men's Corona Extra Hawaiian button-up shirt. I did put camp shirt, beach, and rayon, and this one sold for full price, and I only paid $1. So this one is about a $15 profit. There's the Joe Marlin, but that Corona Extra, I think, is probably what made this one sell. It's really cool. Look at the beer bottles on the graphics on this one. Really, really neat shirt. Not at that $25 I want to reach, but wasn't one I wanted to leave behind. Next up is another year to sell, another full price. This one sold international. So imagine the shipping fees for the single hanger. So they bought the single hanger for $35. Do not pass hangers up. I've even noticed hangers that clothes were hanging on in thrift stores. I will ask them to buy them. So there is that Hermes logo on this one. Single hanger, $35 plus it went international. I am less than $1 into this. This one is about a $28 profit, even though it did take a year to sell. Next up, this is a super cool piece. This is a vintage Burlington sheet. I love this print. If this would have been my size, I definitely would have kept it. This one took almost 2 years to sell, sold for half price at $16.25, but I paid $1. I am okay with $1 into 16. That is a good profit return. Took a long time. Again, be very wary of the vintage linens if you don't have a lot of space, but this one's about a $13 profit. Up next is another one that took a year to sell, and I really thought this one would sell faster, and I did accept an offer of $15. I paid $5, so this one's actually only about a $7 profit, but I love this piece. This is something, if my decor matched it, oh, look, I only paid $1.75. I got it on half off. We did not black out that price. So that was our bad. If you're wondering, I see that all the time in my research videos. People forget to mark out what they paid. So $1.75 into 15, again, about a $7 to $8 profit. Took forever. I loved it. I thought it would sell, but I was wrong. I mean, I wasn't wrong. It did sell. It just took forever to do so. Apparently, Coach is very hot right now. I have listed only a few Coach things lately. They have all been selling very fast. So if you have Coach, I would definitely get it listed. This is a Coach black cross grain, large leather wristlet. Got this in a lot from Shannon for about $5. So about a $15 profit after fees. Here you can see that Coach New York. Very, very clean piece. And definitely authentic. It was bought by Shannon at the Coach store, and very, very fast sale in under a month. Last up for eBay before I jump over to Mercari and Posh for you guys. This is a large roll of black stretch lace. I sold it for $18.90. I only paid $1 if you missed my lace buy. Took over a year, so about a $14 profit. They actually bought 3 other rolls of lace, so it was about a $40 profit overall on the order on $4 that I spent. So watch for vintage lace. I know a few of you have found some since you've been seeing me do it, and it does sell well, but again, this is one that took over a year, so that lace can sit for a while. All right, moving over to Mercari. First up is this amethyst smoky topaz citrine garnet. I took a 25% off offer because my fees on Mercari are a lot less. They're only about 10 to 12% versus 20 on eBay. So this ring I'm about $10 into. So it is about a $30 profit after the fees. And again, sold very, very fast. I accepted a lower offer on Mercari than I would have on eBay because those fees are less. So keep that in mind if you're selling on multiple platforms. If those fees are less on another one, you might want to consider accepting lower offers than you would on eBay. Next up is this vintage buffalo nickel coin. This, I think, was originally an earring. I just took the link off because I only had one. It can definitely be worn as a pendant. It sold for $18.95. I was a couple bucks in. So this is a $12 to $13 profit. Sold very, very fast on Mercari. And again, not much fees. So I am happy accepting that 24% off when I have less fees. Next up was a full price sale on Mercari. This is a 1970s ceramic playful cat, sold for $26. I got it for $1. So this one's a $20 profit on Mercari. We have been selling these cute collectibles as well as jewelry over there. So if you're not cross-posting on Mercari, I definitely would think about starting because it doesn't cost anything to list there. All right, I've just got a few to show you on Poshmark. If you watch my cat treasure hunting channel, I picked up 50 of these Cycling jerseys. I only paid $1 each. Payout is $20. This is a $19 profit in under a week. So watch for cycling jerseys. Now, a lot of them only sell for 10 to 15. So what we did was lot those up. But if they sold for $20 plus, I listed them individually. And this one sold very, very fast. Next is this super cool. This is a rock and an abstract sculpture. I did put modern art, brutalist, sold for 40. Payout was 34. I paid 5, so $29 profit. I love stuff like this. I get them in online estate lots, typically in box lots. And I have done very, very well with kind of the brass abstract art pieces. Next is this really cool Southwest inlaid turquoise sterling ring. Picked this up for $10. Payout was $34. $24 profit on Poshmark, but it sold in under a week. Very, very fast. Beautiful, beautiful ring. And you can see it was made in the Philippines, sterling. I did put Southwest. This one was not a Native American piece, but the Southwest rings still will sell very well, even if they are not Native American. Last up on Posh is this handcrafted black crochet lace shawl wrap. This one sold for $21. Payout was $15. I only paid $1. $14 profit. Beautiful piece. I love picking up shawls and scarves. They're mainly $15 to $20 sales for me, but I typically get them either in lots for $1 each or at the thrift store for that as well. So keep your eye out because the profit percent is really not bad on these sales. All right, that was everything. There were some that took years. There were some that took days. You know, it really varies. So I really, again, want to emphasize, pay attention to sell-through rate. And if it's stuff you can't check the sell-through rate, like the one-off vintage linens and things like that, you might want to steer clear of them because they might take years to sell. So if you don't have a lot of space, that's stuff that can really be variable as far as how long it takes to sell. I love selling it. I have a ton of space, so it works for me, but it might not for you. So that's really important with reselling, to find what works for you, the space you have, the time you have, and things like that. I appreciate you watching. I hope the rest of your week is absolutely wonderful. Don't forget, hit the like, leave me a comment, make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you on the next one.